Yo, welcome back. We got another one for y'all, man. Quick discussion. Just got a question from my boy Ty right here. Do you know that Dak Prescott just had his 126 start in NFL?
We getting old, man. Like just yesterday, I was watching him get drafted.
Yeah, so it was start 126. You want to know what his record is after 126 games?
I don't know. Damn.
All right. Well, his record after 126 games is 77, 48, and 1. That one is just the tie he just had with the Packers. And Tony Romo, you know what he had in his first 126 starts?
It's got to be better than that.
78 and 48.
What? Ain't no way.
It's close to the same record.
That's Jerry Jones.
Talk about stuck in purgatory, man. So the question I got for you today, man, who's been better? Tony Romo, Dak Prescott?
I would say Dak Prescott because I didn't mention this when a couple days ago when we talked about Dak Prescott, but I feel like Tony Romo's weapons were better than Dak Prescott, except the offensive line. But Dak Prescott had a better offensive line and really had one weapon, and that's CD Lamb. So I can't really say that Tony Romo is better than Dak Prescott because Dak Prescott I feel like has done less with more, but has done more with less, even though they had the same amount of playoff victories. If you ask me, I would rather have Dak Prescott than Tony Romo because I know Tony Romo is going to fumble a snap or not catch the ball or run forever and get sacked because he run out of breath. So that's just my take on
it. Okay. Tony Romo has 62 fumbles.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. He lost 21 of them.
That's still a lot.
Yeah. You know I gotta look it up since you said fumbles.
I mean, Dak might throw a pick here and there, but dang, like his receivers ain't been the best.
Hold up. How many fumbles I tell you Tony Romo had?
62.
62? Dak Prescott has a total of 61 career fumbles and has lost 21 of them.
What are you doing, Jerry? he cloned Romo, just made him black.
Basically, this is Black Tony Romo. So,
jeez.
You see, if it wasn't for the tie, they would have the same career head-to-head record, same amount of fumbles, so that negates your argument there. And their playoff record, Tony Romo 2-4, Dak Prescott 2-5. Basically the same thing there as well. I guess I can look up how many touchdowns Dak Prescott has thrown.
You gotta look at the interceptions too, because Tony Romo was known to throw a couple of those a game.
I would look at that too. Tony Romo threw 117. I know for a fact. I saw that earlier.
In his career. He up there with Eli.
And Dak Prescott has 85. There's a difference.
He on the trajectory though.
He probably gonna pass him, honestly. At that rate.
There is more games, and the players are better than they were back then, so I gotta give him a little pass.
Nah. I will say Tony Romo did have a 19 interception season back in 2012, I believe. Mm-hmm. That's the year he had almost 5,000 yards passing. They passed the ball every single play.
Because they didn't have running back.
He averaged over 300 yards passing that whole season. Over 300 yards. You average over 300 yards. That's a big deal. Another crazy stat I got for you. Career touchdown passes for Tony Romo in his 126 starts. 248 touchdown passes. Dak Prescott, 219. He's not done yet, but just saying.
Dak did have Ezekiel Elliott back there running the ball. And
he did.
And Romo had DeMarco Murray for 1 or 2 years, I think. Because he was only DeMarco Murray for 1 year. He didn't
They had Marion Barber. They had some workhorses back there, man. So,
but they were still throwing the ball though, right? Huh? They were still throwing the ball though, right?
Oh yeah, throwing it down your throat.
At least when they had Zeke, they were doing a little more play action.
Yeah, that is true. And
then Tony Romo had Dez and Miles Austin. Like Miles Austin ain't no scrub. And Terrence Williams, he wasn't no scrub either.
Terrence Williams was scrub. But so another crazy stat for you on Romo. Out of those 248 touchdown passes, he had 248 sacks. So you said offensive line was better. I don't think so.
Well, he had one
think
year where he said the offensive line was terrible. He said that he said that in training camp. I watched the documentary. He said that the year that they had Dez, Austin, and Miles, I think it was Miles Austin last season, his offensive line was terrible. He said that in training camp. So he knew he had to get the ball out quick.
So you're hearing all that, in your opinion, you think Dak Prescott's better than Tony Romo?
I believe Dak Prescott's the better quarterback than Tony Romo in 126 games.
There's no recency bias in that with Dak having a monster right now.
It's not even about the year though, because I feel like Dak always has a good year, except the year that last year, because he started off rocky last year, but we didn't get to see him finish because he got hurt.
I think as a Cowboy fan, my expectations for Dak were always a little bit different, and
he was a fourth round pick.
When he made demands the way he did to get $60 million a year, there's a certain amount of results I expect with that kind of money.
That's fair.
When you ask for that kind of money, I expect a ring.
That's fair.
So when you're not delivering and you turning the ball over and you're not showing up in clutch moments, it's like every fourth quarter you disappear. Every playoff game you having a bad game. Every time you're going to the Eagles, you can't complete a pass. Every time we in New York, you can't convert a third down play. That's the type of stuff that I remember watching Dak Prescott that gets on my nerves because you had the audacity to ask for this kind of money and play like you making undrafted free agent money when it matters the most. So that's why I got to side with Tony Romo. Yes, I know he had his moments.
Yeah.
But I think if you put it all together, I think Tony Romo is probably a better quarterback between these two. I honestly think he's more athletic than Dak Prescott. I think he probably has a stronger arm than Dak Prescott. I think he reads the defense better than Dak Prescott. Mm-hmm. No offense to Dak Prescott, but if we're just comparing these two, looking at the record, looking at the touchdown passes, looking at the interceptions, everything, they're basically the same player.
Yeah, he cloned them, made them black.
One slightly better than the other.
I'm gonna say this. Let me ask you this: Who's always had a better defense, Dak or Tony?
I can't really say because at different times both defenses have been terrible.
That's the playoff victory from 2 years ago. 2 years ago, where they couldn't get the spike. I blame the defense for that game because out the gate they were awful. And then when Dak's rookie year when they played the Packers, that Dak held up. The defense was just awful.
I can't recall. That was the year DeMarcus Lawrence was hurt.
I mean, not DeMarcus. DeMarcus Ware. That's DeMarcus Ware.
That's the year he was hurt. That was DeMarcus Ware, when?
I think he was in Denver by then.
Oh,
I mean, the defense has always been terrible on Dallas. I don't understand why.
It has always been terrible now. I can't give you that. They've always been terrible. They have some strong years on defense.
As always been terrible. I mean, these past couple of years with Dak, because it feels like Dak has to score so many points because they just give up so many points.
But the defense hasn't been terrible. It's terrible this year.
It was terrible last year.
It wasn't terrible the year before that.
1 year, dude.
I'm just saying.
The Dallas Cowboys defense has always been overrated.
This is a terrible defense. I give you that. This defense is terrible.
The defense is worse than last. This defense is worse than last year's defense.
A whole lot worse. Like last year's defense was at least passable at points. This defense is terrible.
Do you blame that Michael Parsons going that so bad this year?
I think it's a big part of it. You got no pass rush, so the corners can't hold. They have no help from the pass rush.
They can't hold no way.
There's none. So that tells me that there's nobody else in the defensive end room that's worth a damn.
They playing James Houston 50 snaps.
Yeah. That's problem number one right there. He's 50 years old.
Where's Overton?
Overton was hurt though. Overton was hurt a lot. who was the rookie? I can't think of the rookie that got from Boston College. I'm gonna give him a pass. Somebody else was hurt too.
The whole team's hurt.
He broke out last year. Defensive end, man. I can't think of his name for nothing right now.
Overton, right? Or a different one?
It's a different one.
The African name?
Overton line. I'm gonna pull it up. I feel sorry about this, y'all. I just got to get it out now.
But yeah, man, I just think Dak Prescott is the better quarterback. It's not recency bias. It's not because I went to Mississippi State. I just believe that if you ask me if I want Romo or Dak, I'm taking Dak every time.
There it is. Nealon, man, that's it. Nealon, he been hurt. Dang, that's what I thought. Nealon. So maybe it gets better when Nealon gets back. They did sign Clowney. See what they look like. I don't know what's up with Dante Fowler. Master Smith, another Michigan D tackle bust for the Cowboys. Get him out of here. Yeah, man. So Malik Hooker hurt. Trayvon Diggs, I don't know
garbage.
what's going on there.
Washed.
Fresh linen.
The other boy on the other side, Elam, washed.
He should be starting for one. That's another problem right there. He'd be a solid depth piece, but he should not be your starting.
I think Elam's a slot
side.
corner, in my opinion. I think he's a slot corner.
Deron Bland's a slot. He's probably the best DB on the team.
He played when he had interceptions. He was outside. That's the thing. So why is he in the slot? So he had 6 interceptions, 6 TDs on the outside.
I can't hear the talk about Dak Prescott and Tony Romo, man. Talking this garbage ass defense. But man, I guess that's all we got on that, man. Y'all go in the comment section. Tell us what y'all think. Who had the better defense? Tony Romo, Dak Prescott. Who's the better quarterback? Tony Romo, Dak Prescott. Who had the better coaching? Who had the better weapons? I mean, how shocked are you that these guys' stats are just damn near similar? Yeah, hit us up in the comment section. Let us know what you think, man. We out.